Yo, yo, what's up? What's up? It's the one and only hip hop gamer, Hot 97, Logitech G. It's going down, baby. What's up? So, first off, one love and God bless. Welcome to the stream. It's the one and only hip hop gamer. And you see the title. You see the title. Why top gaming journalists can't be black. I'm gonna say it again. Why top gaming journalists can't be black. So I don't ask this much, but I would love for everybody that come in to please share this, like the video if you like it, and let's keep it moving. So I sat back and I observed a lot, you know what I'm saying? Professionally, I've been in the industry since 2008, all right, professionally. And I sat back and I watched a lot, okay? I watched a lot. And I'm involved in a lot of things from the front end to the middle to the back end within this entire industry, gaming and beyond. Y'all know how I get down, right? So a lot of times I see people, continuing fighting the good fight, doing a lot of things, capitalizing and trying to, make things better. You know what I'm saying? So I want to get down to the nitty gritty. I want to reveal some things to y'all, and there's a lot of questions that need answers, so let's get into it. The first thing, and please listen, pay attention, because at the end of the video I'm gonna take questions and I'm gonna provide answers for y'all. All right, so pay attention, listen clearly, and you see the topic: why top gaming journalists can't be black. Check this out. Okay, so this is how we're gonna start it now. And if you want to get involved, get involved. If anybody right now, if you go to Google and you type in top gaming journalists, you know what I'm saying? No black this, no white that, no none. Just in general, type top gaming journalists, right? This is what comes up. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Jeff Gerstmann, your OG, Jeff Keighley, OG doing his thing. Okay, I get it. But look at this. Look at this. Not one black representation, just right here alone, right? Now, what's important for you to understand is that this is the first page of Google. So you have a lot of people that don't know nothing about gaming, but are in positions of power financially, narratively, in media, magazines, websites, all of that stuff. They're in positions of power. So if they don't know anything about the culture of gaming and who's who and whatever, when this pops up, this is what they think it is. And that's it. Now, if you scroll down, you see Probably.com, top gaming journalists in the US, best video game journalists who know their stuff, who are some gaming journalists you enjoy, all this other stuff. If you scroll down, this is the first page of Google. This is all you see, right? But if you scroll up, now I'm going to point this out in context. Notice how there's one area on the front page of Google and it says Black History Month. Where are our black game journalists? Every time there's something dealing with anybody else outside of being white, you have to be categorized in a bunch to get the light, and it's only for a period of time. You understand what I'm saying? This is the front page of Google. So why should it have to be separate? You understand what I'm saying? If you say top gaming journalists, why can't you have top gaming journalists that represent everybody in the body of the gaming industry? You understand what I'm saying? I'm going to show you why. Now follow me and pay attention, okay? Now let's get it in. If I go to this next slide right here, and if y'all having a hard time, like seeing it because the box is small, I apologize, maximize it on your screen, but let's get into it, right? This right here, I want y'all to pay attention to. This slide right here, this piece right here, I want y'all to pay attention to. Black consumers are the #1 ethnic group in watching live TV, playing game consoles, smartphone media consumption, and streaming audio. The top 20 advertisers spend on media focused on African Americans has increased from $3.34 billion in 2011 to $3.86 billion in 2019, almost a 16% increase, and it has gone higher now that we're in 2021. So why did I want to bring that? How is it that if I type in top gaming journalists, right? Top gaming journalists, And then you look at this stat that Black consumers are the #1 ethnic group playing games. We're the most dominant in terms of consumption in the gaming industry, yet the representation is 0 to 1% in terms of the faces that deliver your gaming news. You understand what I'm saying? That's a problem. That's a major problem. It's always been a problem. You understand what I'm saying? Now let's dive a little deeper so y'all can understand why that is. Because so many people pay attention to the things that they shouldn't be paying attention to, the way they go about it. I understand diversity and inclusion and everything, but you got to look at everything. You can't just look at the front. You can't just look at the back. You got to look at everything as a whole so you can understand what's actually happening in practice. Now let's go over here, right? Now this right here is Proudly. Proudly, you see how they have top gaming journalists in the US, and this is the 2021 list. Now let's scroll down. Naomi Kyle, you have her, right? Ben Yahtzee, Anita Sarkeesian, Andrea Renee, shout out to Andrea Renee, that's the homie. George, Super Bunny Hop, you got Megan Lee, you got Jeff Gertzman. Now, I want you to notice something, how you saw a lot of the same names that you see before, you see the same names again for the most part, and once again, not one representation of someone that's Black in the gaming industry as a journalist, yet we are the biggest consumers in the gaming industry. Now, before I go to my next point, right? Why do you think that a Black person in the Black group play more games than everybody else? Why do you think that is? Because if you look at gaming, right? Gaming is a major avenue for escapism. You know what I'm saying? So now let's break it down, right? Now, everybody doesn't have trauma, I get it. Everybody deal with things differently and stuff like that. But specifically talking to Black people in a Black situation, right? Look at this. Pay attention to what I'm about to say, right? Because of that level of escapism, our day-to-day lives, we're met with a lot, like you can't turn this skin color off. Like, you know what I'm saying? You wake up with it, you go to sleep with it, you walk outside with it and everything like that, all right? You can't turn it on and off, okay? So, because of the daily situations that we deal with systematically across the board, in every area, in every corner, you know, in terms of whether it's money, access to wealth, whatever it is, there's a lot of trauma that we deal with on a daily basis, okay? So when we play video games, we play video games to what? Have fun, to escape those daily problems that we face just because we are who we are without having to do anything wrong, to have to deal with wrong things. You know what I'm saying? Just that mental escape is not just a want, it's a need. It's therapeutic to have that escape. So that's one of the main reasons why we play games so much. My grandmother, the one who taught me how to play video games, used it as a tool to teach me about life, to allow me to have some joy, and to keep me off the streets because of my upbringing, where I come from. So anybody that ever talk about games, when I speak about it, in terms of the gaming industry, gaming, people, and everything like that, I have a different level of love and passion and respect for it. This is literally my life. And representation is very important. And it's literally highway robbery to see this all the time when there's so much more out there to be shown. Shout out to my man, I don't remember his name, but he cried when he saw Spider-Man, Miles Morales. He cried just because of the representation. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could count on your finger the type of representation that we get. It's horrible. And if you want to go from the game developer standpoint, we only represent 1 to 2%. I think actually 1% from a game developer standpoint. So the point I'm trying to make is this. There's a reason systematically why this is. Because we all know, especially now, that there's way more, you know, like Black people that's doing journalism. You know what I'm saying? I could drop tons of names, and I will drop those names, but give me a moment. But the point I'm trying to make is that this company right here, Proudly, this is a major company here. So I'm gonna show you who they are. Proudly, they are a media relations company. So when you look at all the brands that they work with, you know what I'm saying? They do all the PR work. You see this, right? Now look at this. Find relevant media contacts, right? Do your press releases, pitch a story, right? Suited for any PR need. You have in-house PR teams, PR agencies, small businesses. This is what they do. They get you in front of the media, Metro, all this other stuff. This is what they do, right? Okay, this is Proudly. This is their business model, right? So Proudly, they have a database of tons of gaming journalists that companies that don't know nothing about the gaming culture but trying to get into it rely on. So if they rely on companies like Proudly and others to deliver the message of being authentic in the gaming world when it comes to journalism, and the only thing you see is a white face or a white person, it makes it seem like black people don't exist in it. You understand what I'm saying? When obviously we do. So here's another point I want to show y'all, because I deal with everything. You know what I'm saying? I work with PR companies and organizations, esport orgs, everything. Like, don't get it twisted. Because a lot of the stuff that y'all seeing stems from things that I did and fought for and spoke on, and was also got the short end of the stick on too, because it wasn't cool to do the things I was doing at the time I was doing it. But now that it's cool and more so-called acceptable, people want to act like they pioneers of stuff that they not pioneers of. They're products of watching other people, and because they had money and other resources that other people didn't have, they was able to benefit off of it. Don't get it twisted. Okay? So, now let's go. Now, wait, before I get here, Proudly is a SEMrush company. A SEMrush company. So what is SEMrush? So when you look at SEMrush is an online visibility management and content marketing SaaS platform, right? Today we have helped 7 million marketers all over the world do their job more effectively and deliver superior results. So all they do is give you a stat line so you can have the right people be more visible. And what happens? The more visible certain people are, the more the narrative and the more of the talking points is going to be guided and directed to whatever people group that benefit from it. Even if you got other people doing a lot more of the groundwork that these companies actually are targeting and looking for. So you lose in the market. These are the intricate things that a lot of people don't talk about that you're not going to get nowhere else. Now, let's move on. Now, this right here, right? This, what does this say? Best video game journalists who know their stuff, right? Now, let's go down. Yahtzee again, right? Naomi Kyle again. You know, Super Bunny Hop. Rest in peace. God bless the Total Biscuit. He's incredible. Rest in peace, man. Much love to him. Anita Sarkeesian again. Andrea Renee. Shout out to Andrea Renee. That's the homie. Meg Turner. Shout out to Jeff Gerstmann. That's the homie. OG. Dean Takashi. Jeff Keighley. Do you see a pattern here? Do you see the consistency on the face value? The face value. You see this, right? And this is all on the front page of Google when you type in top gaming journalists, giving a general, concise a thesis on what a game journalist is or should be or should look like or should represent. Do you understand what I'm saying? So now, look at the title here, Best Video Game Journalist. So if somebody that's a marketer that don't know nothing about gaming, but they know the benefits of gaming and that they need to have it within their repertoire, they're going to go for what? The best. And then they're going to take their money and invest in what? The best. They don't know no better for themselves, so they're trusting who to tell them who is the best. Journalists, analysts, and stuff like that. And this is what you get every time. Not us. So like I'm saying, don't get it twisted. It's all about having a fair shot, having a fair opportunity in these things. That's what I'm talking about. Just having a fair opportunity. I'm not saying these people don't belong there or they shouldn't be there. You never heard me once say that. I support everybody, but I support fairness first. Because if everything was fair, you would not see this stat line like this, period. Everybody knows that. You're looking at the GOAT right here, period. I put that on my back. So, here's what I would say. Let's go next. Black History Month. Where are our black gaming journalists, right? Now, shout out to Kai. You see Spawn on me, right? Then this is black girl gamers. Shout out to my boy Ingot Crow, who's been in the industry a long time. Shout out to him. You see Black Nerd, iHollywood, so many people there. Like, I think that was a Ubisoft event. Shout out to Paris. You see this, right? Now, you don't see a whole profile on these people. You see them in some videos and here and that, and like here and there. But notice how, once again, you have to be divided in order to get the attention. Why can't we just be a part of the same bunch together? Top gaming journalists in a general sense. Why do we have to always be divided or put in this group? And then people wonder why we talk in groups and talk in the context that we speak on, because that's the way it's presented publicly when you view it. You understand what I'm saying? So my thing is this. Every time there's a Black History thing or there's a problem or whatever, you get these situations. Why did George Floyd have to die for certain things to change that should have been done? All the stuff that people talking about right now, I brought attention to all these same companies. In 2008, I've been in the industry. And I was personally told by so many people, and you're going to learn a lot about those stories through my podcast that I build called The GOAT of the Game. And that's coming soon. A HipHopGamer experience. The GOAT of the Game. You're going to learn a lot. So I sat back for a long time to just analyze, observe. So whenever I speak in facts when I talk. You understand? So once again, this is all divisive. It's not right. I don't like it. It's not cool. If you're a gamer, I don't care who you are, where you come from, what you look like. If we all gaming, we having fun together. But the representation need to be that as well. Now, let's move on to this. The best female video game journalist. Once again, Naomi Cow. You got Jessica Chobot, Tracy, Andrew Renee. Shout out to the homie Felicia Day. There you go. Like, look at shout out to Leah Alexander. Haven't seen her in a while. And so like that. This is what you have. Not one black female. You know what I'm saying? Not one. Not one black female. But when you say the best female video game journalist, and really? Not like, do you see the consistency in this whole situation? So on one end, for the checklist and the cool factor and making sure your budget don't get cut, you in terms of marketing within your company, now in 2020, 2021, if you don't have anything that relates to black gaming creators and pushing the diversity and inclusion situation, you're going to get your budget cut. So it's mandatory for you to have it or else you lose your budget. So think about it. Where all this money come from all of a sudden? Think about it. Everybody have a diversity, inclusion, blah, 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 all this other stuff. Where all this money come from all of a sudden? The gaming industry been number one for a long time. We've been here for a long time. So where did all this money all of a sudden come out? You know what I'm saying? I want to take time out to give a shout out to Logitech G. I'm going to tell you why. So Bracken, Daryl, the CEO, Ujesh, Giselle, so many people that work with Curtis, so many people that I work with, right? We had a conversation back in 2016, I think, and we activated everything in 2017. But they've been talking about this for a while. They've been talking about this for a while and wanting to make things happen. And when they sparked the conversation that led to the birth of me and my boy Tavon Skinner coming together to do gaming and guidance with the Craft Keepers Inc. 501c3. So certain companies been on it way before it was cool to do. So I just want to make sure, because anybody that you see me align myself with or partner with, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to hold you up, you know, and be like, oh, in the past you did this. Nah, if you're trying to do better, you're trying to do better, but you want to do better the right way. Not for a checklist and looking good in front of people. If you want to do it, you're going to do it the right way. You're going to be fair. And this is why we're having this conversation. Make sure any questions that y'all have, you jot them down or whatever, because I'm going in. So I want to make sure you know what y'all talking about. Okay? So that's that, right? So now, what I want to do is I want to break down something for you. One of the things that I wanted to bring up is you have Red Infamy, you got Aaron Ashley Simon, you got Nars, you got Keisha Howard. I can go on and on. You know what I'm saying? Tanya, it's so many I could name. Mirror doing her thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got Zombie out there doing stuff. You have Kimberly. You know, you have I think it's I hope I don't say her name wrong. I think it's Janice, who's the CEO of Evil Geniuses. It's so many. It's so many I could go on, right? Females killing it in the game. So many I can name. You know what I'm saying? And then, and if I left you out, it's never on purpose. It's just so many. You know what I mean? Like, everybody. You know what I'm saying? Then, you know, like Cuddle Core, who be killing cats and Tekken and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think DJ Lay, who's just got to Boston, if I'm not mistaken. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Shakita, who was the first female in NBA 2K League. Like, so many I can name, right? Then, obviously, you know, like myself, Malik, Black Frank White, you know what I'm saying? My man Graham, like, no, it was Nicole Jameson. That's a person I think is CEO of Evil Geniuses. Then, you know, Paris, you know, Godfrey, you know what I'm saying? Uriah, you know what I'm saying? Jake James, so many I can name, so many. Tony Polanco, Torrance, who was my mentor. I can go on and on and on. There's so many to name. Big Cheese, Black Oni doing amazing things. There's so many to name. And none of us is on any of this stuff. None of us. And the reason why is because when it comes down to PR, talent agencies, Google rankings, SEO, like all these other things, the representation is horrible. That's on the front page of Google, everything I just showed y'all. So for somebody that a lot of these companies, they got big dollars that's looking to invest and be authentic and do all these other things, have no clue we would even exist. And I know this because I'm not no big follower of food, right? So if I just Google who's the best chefs in the world, I'm going to just look at what it tells me and go with it. Because I don't know no better. But if I'm looking to have a chef to do something, boom, 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 I may not do all the extra digging and searching. I'm just trying to see who's popping, who's popular, what the internet says, and that's it. This is horrible, man. It needs to change. So I just wanted to point this out. Why top gaming journalists can't be black? It makes no sense to me. And then if you talk about gaming journalists, like, let's call it out. Like, from a gaming journalist standpoint, like, who's really breaking news, like, here, like, in the gaming industry overall? A lot of people that, you know, do journalism and call this, call that. Who's really breaking news? When I mean breaking news, I'm talking about doing investigative journalism, putting your name on the line, standing by it, and then it actually happens and come true. Because I got countless times where I can say that. Countless times where I can say that. Proof, video, from the horse's mouth. You understand what I'm saying? So, look, I love y'all. I love the culture. I love the industry. You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't have any malicious or ill intent in everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't do that. That's not my character. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know how I get down. You know what I mean? I'm always, I'm happy right now. Like, I love having this conversation. At the same time, I'm all about being authentic and I'm about being fair. It's about doing what's right because you will want the same thing done to you. Everybody wants to be treated fairly. Nobody's asking for any handouts or extra privilege or whatnot. It's just a shot, just for things to be fair. So, with all that being said, I want to go to some questions. So let's shout out everybody that's here. Shout out to Outsource in the building. Shout out to Mega Brain in the building. Junior Jackson in the building. Please, if you enjoyed this video, share it, talk about it, let everybody know what's going on. If you enjoyed it, if you felt that there was anything that I said that was wrong or that was a lie, call me out on it, please. I'm always willing to learn. I don't know everything. Like, let's go. LOL, what's going on, son? Giandra's here. Oh my God, love you. God bless. How you feel? Champion, wait, what's going on? So look, if you have a question, please drop that question. And also, I noticed on my Twitter that I got spaces. So I'm going to do a Twitter spaces on this as well. But you can't save Twitter space recordings. So I wanted to make sure I had this first. And then we're going to move over to Twitter spaces and have that conversation too. Tatter Chip in the building. What's going on? What's up, hip hop? Cloud Thomas. Let's go. Junior don't have a question. He just said you just talking the truth. Thank you. T-Rev said amen. Inventories, and shout out to Evan Narcissus. He went from Kotaku to Marvel Comics. All right, cool. Shout out to Evan. All right. Yeah, so like I said, any questions you got, if you have any questions, you know, that's fine as well. But I just wanted to put this out there because I want people to be educated on what's going on in the industry. It's very easy to get played and it's very easy to get overlooked. And one of the reasons why I made this video too is because I get that question all the time. Like people like, yo, like hip hop, how come you always get overlooked? Hip hop, how come every time something going on in the industry, they never mention your name, but a lot of things that's happening in the industry is because of what you did? Why is that? Why is that? And me personally, I was like, yo, you know, I can't control what they say. I can't control what they do, whatever, you know, I just sit back and observe. And I waited. Now is the time to speak on things because everything that I've been saying is now true and you can't debate facts. You can only accept them and be willing to change and make things better. You understand what I'm saying? So now that I'm in position where the industry finally caught up to what I've been saying and doing and the groundwork I've been laying down, now we could really have that conversation and meet, you know, head on. So yes, I've been overlooked for tons of things all the time and it's fine. I've always been the type of person where I don't complain, I create. So the real recognize real, they know. Because every time I step on any platform, wherever I go, you already know how it is. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to DMX. But DMX said it best, and I'm going to say it just like that. It don't matter if I'm first, second, third, or fourth. When I step on the stage, and when I leave the stage, show's over. You know how it is when I get down. You know the energy I bring, and you know I know my stuff. Period. Sky Limit is in the building. What's going on, D? Love you, bro. Cowboy said good information. Jacket, hip hop, do you have a team you work with that pushes out your content or you do everything solo? Yeah, for the most part, I do everything solo. Second Opinion in the building. I love you too, man. Miss you, man. God bless. But yeah, Jack, I do mainly everything myself, man. And that's another thing. That's what I'm talking about. Like, one of the reasons why a lot of people say LeBron James is the GOAT and like he's like right there. I still give the edge to Jordan, but LeBron is right there. But I will say this, LeBron's degree of difficulty to do what he do and has done, especially for this long, nobody has ever done that, period. So think about the fact that in 2008, I got in the industry professionally. It's 2021 now. And I'm still here, strong, relevant, same energy. The truth don't change. Y'all know me since day one, how I get down. You know what I'm saying? So let's go. King Thrash, is there a code of ethics? Is there a code of ethics in gaming journalism? Yes, there's a code of ethics. First of all, one of the code, now, do it get respected? Do it get upheld all the time? No, it don't. But is there? Yes, there is a code of ethics. One of the number one rules in code of ethics is crediting. You know what I'm saying? That's one. Another rule of ethics is fact checking. So if you quote somebody, you don't add words to their quote or take away what they said. You make sure what they said is what they said when you redistribute articles that relate to them, because you don't want to defame their character by adding something to the context. But credit is one of the main things. There's plenty of stories that I broke that other outlets will try to give other people credit for, because one, they couldn't believe that someone like me could break a story over IGN, over a Kotaku. You know what I mean? How is it that this one dude here got something that nobody else got? That can't happen. You know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of American Gangster. If you ever watched the movie American Gangster with Denzel Washington, nobody believed that he can be the number one, kingpin. Nobody believed it. And he knew that nobody would believe it. So he always was under the radar. But he got cocky in one moment. He got too flashy. And then he exposed himself and got caught. But the point I'm trying to say is that nobody would believe that somebody like me will be able to do the things that I'm doing, have done, and what I'm continuing to build. So that works in my favor, but at the same time, it's sad. Because it goes back once again to ignorance, but then being judgmental. Take time out to get to know who you're speaking with, what you're doing as a journalist, before you just label somebody as some dumb thug from the streets that don't know no better. I know a lot more than what y'all may think. All right, so is there any more questions? Do you prefer to work solo, or would you rather have a team? Now, I have a team in certain areas, with my gaming and guidance, I have that. Now, I prefer a team. I prefer, a full-fledged team. Like, I'm a big fan of Gary Vee. Gary Vee has a whole team that operates within the things that he wants to do visionary-wise. You understand? So I got people that help me out here and there, but I don't have a full team on payroll that does what I need them to do on a daily basis and blah, 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 blah. I don't have that. You know what I'm saying? And that should tell you something. For me to do what I do and not have that, just imagine what happens when all of that gets activated on a daily basis. It's over. Neil Jones, how do you feel about game developers and journalists supporting each other? I love to see game developers and journalists support one another. I love that, but I want to make sure that the support is authentic and genuine. You know what I'm saying? Remember, Jeff Gertzman got fired from his job for telling the truth back at GameSpot. He got fired for telling the truth about Kane and Lynch and the bugs and how poorly of a game that was in terms of gameplay. He got fired for it. So where was the developer support then, and the honest respect in terms of owning up to the fact that, yeah, you spent money with this website and CBS Interactive to have them review your game, but you didn't respect the authenticity and the culture of journalism or respected their work. So you wanted your work respected, but you didn't want to respect their work, so you fired them because you had the power to do so. What about that? You understand what I'm saying? So the point is, those things right there that you got a chance to see publicly happens a million times over privately. I know that for a fact because these literally these types of things happen to me directly. And things has been, a lot of people that y'all look at as like, oh my God, they this and they that, oh my gosh, blah, blah, blah. A lot of people is not who you really think they are. Trust me, I know. Leon was going, of course I'm with Hot 97, but I'm not an employee at Hot 97. I'm a partner with them, which means I'm equal. I'm a digital personality with Hot 97. Hot 97, that's family right there. You know what I'm saying? But it's not like that. Like, you have to understand the way things work behind the scenes. Aziza in the building, much love. Shout out to Aziza, that's another one. Team dynamic focus. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Sane, one of her fighters, all of that. She's somebody else that's been overlooked too many times. Too many times. Red Infamy in the building. Love you, babe. Oh, God. Didn't say. Yeah, you can easily get blackballed if you don't have a large this. And the thing is, a lot of people would focus on numbers, right? And numbers, right? And a lot of those numbers don't always equal up into the goal that you're trying to accomplish. No matter how much numbers you got, it don't equal authenticity within the culture. Think about it like this, right? Especially in the world of hip hop. Someone like a DMX will always have the hearts of people more so than someone like a Drake. Now, I love Drake. Don't get me wrong. Drake is dope too. But when it comes to the heart and soul of hip hop, the culture and everything like that, DMX will always have more props. Rest in peace. Oh, for real? Neil, shout out to Neil in the building. Oh, wait, what's the name of the game, babe? Aerial Night. I'm about to say, yeah, Aerial Night. Make sure y'all check out Aerial Night. Shout out to Neil. Aerial Night. Make sure y'all check that game out, yo. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So, I just wanted to share these things with y'all. A little later on tonight, probably like around 10 o'clock tonight, I'm going to try out Twitter Spaces for the first time, and we going to all continue this conversation because I would love to have the community come in and jump in and share your thoughts on these things. But I just had to put this out there because now it's time for my point of view to be the leading factor in this discussion, because everything that a lot of people is talking about and all this other stuff, I'm a product, like a pure product of exactly that. So I know what's what, I know who's who, I know how things move, all of it. So now it's time to really get it on. So one love and God bless. Thank y'all so much. And once again, why top gaming journalists can't be black? Ask people that. You know what I'm saying? PR firms, a lot of people hit you up and want to do it. Ask that. Because this right here, I'm going to go back to it again. This right here is a problem. If I type in top gaming journalists and this is all I see, this is all I see right here when I type in top gaming journalists, that is a problem and that needs to change. Period. It's the one and only hip hop gamer, one love and God bless. You know what I'm saying? The best is right here. Logitech G on your hot 9-7 every day. That's my word. One love and God bless. I really mean that, man. Let's get it popping, man. The one and only hip hop gamer, the GOAT of the game. Stay tuned for more, man.